Hi, and welcome to day 3 of our 100K signature series. I'm so excited to bring you this simulation. And if you follow along, you might be like, oh, that sounds a lot like the exact one that I run now, and it kind of is. So today's simulation, now if you are just catching up, make sure you go to day 1 and hear the full breakdown of exactly how this series is going to run. I give you like a quick few minutes of exactly what's in this season, and I give you a quick rundown of exactly how this series works. But the cliff notes is each day over 5 days, I'm going to give you a simulation of what it would look like if you wanted to create $100,000, add an extra $100,000 to your offer suite, but primarily through a hero signature offer. If you want to learn more about how I can do a personalized strategy with you and walk you through over 6 months this exact process to get you there, you want to be on the wait list for the Peace and Profit Mastermind. If you want to hear about what is included in our waitlist offer, again, day 1, but also if you would like the cheat sheet, like a really easy PDF of what I speak to today, if you're like, hang on, visually show me the numbers and the calendar and how this is going to work, come and reach me on Instagram at Robin Birkin and comment 103. I will give you that. There's no opt-in. You just comment the word and I'll send it to you in the DMs. So today's offer is a $2,997 mastermind-esque offer. And what you're going to have on the back end is potentially a 1-to-1 upgrade and a continuity offer, i.e. someone will join your mastermind and then at the end of that period, you will invite them to renew. You want both of these offers, or actually you want every single offer ever in your offer suite to be highly attractive no-brainers, and the continuity offer reflects this as well. Whenever I'm looking at offer suites, and I put together offer strategies with messaging, angles, KPIs, benchmarks, all of that. I do this as part of what I do in the Peace and Profit Mastermind. Periodically, I'll do it for other people as well. But I go through in the nitty-gritty, and what I'm looking for in these offer suites, number 1 is offers that are niche appropriate. So one of the things that people will often come to me with in the Peace and Profit Mastermind, which is why a good proportion of people in the mastermind are not just business coaches. We have like naturopaths, life coaches, hypnotherapists, the whole gamut of people have joined us within Peace and Profit. And they've come to me because they're like, you know what? I joined this other program with a business coach who only knew business coaching, who was telling me I need to have a $20,000 product, and I just don't think that's going to fly for my audience. So one of the things I'm looking for is, what is your niche messaging angles Cloud 9 client? What is going to work really, really well for that audience and the promise that you are going to offer? I'm then also looking at, because what I focus on is when we have some kind of leading offer, a signature offer within our offer suite that is kind of like the bread-winning bedrock. It's going to be something that can be profitable on its own. So if you just had that thing and focused on that for 6 to 12 months, what has the ability to generate enough revenue on its own? But then what other offers, usually, sort of on the back end or, stage 3, last stage, advanced level, is what offers do we have on the front end? I call them feeder funnels that feed into the signature program. So the signature program is like the hero of everything. What more premium back end offers are going to be so low lift, but actually elevate your profit by like potentially double on the back end? And what we're not looking for, or what I'm not looking for when I put together these plans as well, is what offers are going to enhance the signature offer when we're at that sort of last stage of stage 3, when you're potentially looking at feeder funnel offers. I have a lot of people who will also come to me. Maybe you are someone who is like, you've got a wait list for your 1-to-1 services. Maybe you're a naturopath or a web designer or something like that. And your books, a copywriter, and your books are full for that personalized one-to-one service. So you think to yourself, oh, actually, cool, I'm going to launch something that is almost like a self-liquidating offer or feeder funnel into my main offer. And then what happens is it all goes backwards because the feeder funnels sabotage the ascension into the main offer, which was actually the thing that was the bread-winning offer. And then without that bread-winning offer, you can't even have those profit-generating back-end offers because you're not getting enough people into the main thing. And the main thing always has to be the main thing, right? So this is what I specialize in, is creating really harmonious and profit-generating offer suites that are niche appropriate. So in today's offer, you're looking at a $2,997 mastermind offer. So my mastermind, for example, is really in that mid 4-figure range for 6 months. And then I have like a really similar model, like you can upgrade to other options, and we have a really strong continuity in the mastermind as well. So very similar to what I do in my business. So this is going to give you a really great insight into my business. But this is also a really good example of why you as a business owner cannot or should not be basing your business model off what you see from someone else on the front end, because you have no idea what is going on in the back end. And they could be having only 20% of their revenue generated from front end offers, with 80% generated in the back end. And so if all you know is that 20% that's on the front end, these are the people who have like these $67 offers, and you're like, oh yeah, great. You're going to potentially be creating a really unprofitable, unsustainable, low revenue generating business because all you're seeing is the front end of someone's business. So it's really important for you to strategize effectively in terms of offer strategy. You want a really clear promise and a clear outcome. So for this offer, it's a fairly low investment for a mastermind. So you would either have something that is in the 3-month zone, or you might have something that is for more of a beginner business to business cohort, or it might be a business to consumer offer, and that would be 6 months. Okay, so really just thinking to that. For the purposes of today, let's assume this is a 3-month mastermind for females in business who are kind of just starting out. And maybe the course promise or offer promise that we have, is in this mastermind, we are going to, by the end of this 3-month mastermind, they will have their simplest profit generating funnel built out. So sales page, application process, they will learn how to convert highly on discovery calls, and they will confidently enroll their next 6 clients. So really looking at that, and let's say they are enrolling their clients on a $2,000 package. If they did the math, that would be $12,000 in their revenue. As a result of investing $3,000 in your program, they would have all of these deliverables set up, they'd have a high level of support. That would be a really attractive offer. So in every offer that we want, we also want to represent exceptional value for money and really tangible benefits, outcome driven promises in our offers. So it's a $2,000 mastermind. It goes for 3 months. And what you're going to do is launch swiftly. Your launch is going to be primarily a shoulder tap strategy. So maybe you already have one-to-one services. Maybe you already have some kind of mid-ticket course and you are looking to generate an extra $100,000 by the end of the year. Or maybe you're like, I want this to be my offer. Now, this is an offer that is not massively leads heavy, although as with anything in online business, leads are really important. They're one of the lifebloods of your business. But what you need to do, the trade-off in this, is that you therefore need to have really great sales skills, outreach skills, and relationship building skills. You need to be able to have conversations with people and know how to convert people. So it might be heavy on marketing and, dancing around on Instagram Reels, but the trade-off is you need to be strong in sales. Now, you might be listening to this episode and being like, I'm business to consumer. Like, I help women with parenting, or I help women with infertility. I could never charge $3,000 for something. I'm going to clap back. Now, you don't have to. If you listen to this 5-day series, you will see that a number of the offers that I have are like in the much lower price ranges. So you don't have to have higher ticket offers. However, I would argue back with you that that's not necessarily the case. In the mastermind currently, I have a functional medicine practitioner. She has a 4-month program that is $3,500 and people take it up. So I'm going to clap back to you if you're like, that's not available to me, because if the value, the outcome, the service, and the deliverables are on point, you can articulate that well in your sales process. Actually, it is possible. And sometimes, particularly in today's market, not everyone wants like really low ticket things. Actually, lots of people want someone who is going to give them, maybe, again, using this functional medicine practitioner as an example, sometimes people want the full gamut of tests run or the custom protocols. Maybe they want you to give them a custom audit or plan of exactly what they're doing and what they need to do. Maybe they want you in their pocket and are prepared to pay a premium in order to receive that. So the value has to be commensurate with the investment. No, obviously, but energetically open yourself up, because I know this is an issue with a lot of women in business and a lot of business to consumer women in business who feel like they still have to be charging like $80 per session. No. So anyway, we've got the $2,997 mastermind. We are going to move quickly. We are going to offer up a shoulder tap strategy really quickly, like April or May, get it done, put it out there. And the goal is that you are going to have 10 people snap this offer up. They're going to be like, exceptional value, I'm in. If you do that, if you move quickly, if you put that out there with a really value-driven offer, you've made $30,000. Boom, off the gates. You may then have a one-to-one add-on revenue offer over 3 months. Maybe that's 3 one-to-one calls. Maybe that's bi-weekly calls and you offer 6. But what you're going to have is, let's say you have 4 people take up that offer. So that's $6,000 revenue right there. If 4 people then take up the option to have a more VIP personalized experience with you for $1,497. So instantly, in that month, you're at nearly $36,000. If you have some audience, that may be the easiest, lowest lift $36,000 you've ever made with this strategy. And then what you're going to do is, start building out a really exceptional and results-driven mastermind. You are going to foster community. You have one single offer. So imagine the simplicity in your content with having that. It's not complicated or complex. We're not building out these 12-step funnels. And you don't even have to be particularly tech savvy in order to do this. So then what you're going to do is settle into delivery, settle into audience growth and authority-driven content before then opening up again in September. And what you want is, the goal here is to enroll 15 people into your mastermind. This here would be nearly $45,000 revenue. You will then have your one-to-one add-on, and let's say you have 5 or 6 people take that up. That's nearly $7,500. So that month there becomes a $62,000 month. So you're actually like doing really well already with that strategy. You're at $90,000 just from this one program. This is what I focused on essentially for the last, 18 months of my business. What you're also going to have, and this will be even easier revenue than the mastermind, is a continuity offer that is so compelling and hugely valuable. And what that is an offer for people to continue on with you for another season. So let's say that, you make this no-brainer, and instead of being $2,997, to continue on with you is only $1,997, and you want at least 50% of people to continue on with you in the mastermind. So we have in our mastermind between, sort of 75 and 80% of people decide to continue on with us because we have a really compelling offer and because we've built relationship and results within the primary container. You therefore, when you have a really strong continuity offer, you have a really strong recurring revenue in your business, more time to get people more results without having to start again, without having to get to know them, their business, their health, whatever it is you support them with. And it's a no-brainer, right? So you want to optimize for at least 50% of people to continue on in that process. If that is the case for you, that's kind of like an extra $20,000 in revenue, which would land you at nearly $110,000 by the end of the year, with just 2 promotional intake launch periods in that offer. Like I said, this is an offer that doesn't need as many leads. You do still need a sales process, obviously, but what you need to do is really refine your sales, outreach, and relationship skills as part of this offer. It's not complicated. It's really simple, and this is very similar to the offer that I've had for the last 18 months in my business. Something to consider if you are willing to go a little bit higher ticket in what you offer. That's all for day 3. If you would like the cheat sheet for today's episode, if you're like, give me the numbers, show me the intakes, when would I do this? Give it to me then. Comment 103 on my Instagram. There's no opt-in. I'll be happy to just send you the PDF so you can see the breakdown of exactly how this 2997 mastermind offer would work. And if you are not on the wait list for the Peace and Profit Mastermind, go and do it. You have literally nothing to lose by being on the wait list. But potentially, if you decide to join later, number 1, you may miss out, but number 2, you would miss out on the exceptional offer that we have. Check the show notes below to grab the link or comment mastermind on my Instagram, send me a DM, and I will send you all the details of how you can put your name down to find out all of the details and enjoy our early bird enrollment period for Peace and Profit. That's all for today. Can't wait to see you for day 4.